Hi viewers, a very happy new year to all of you. I'm glad to be with you back again in this new year. And like today we have no more sessions of dictation, but I've got some good news to announce to you. So the good news is about the mega dictation, which will be conducted on the 10th of January for the private schools and the aided schools, and then following that, on the 12th of January in the evening, we shall celebrate the valedictory of the mega dictation, where the first 5 contestants will be awarded, and we are also awarding 3 of the contestants who have the best handwritings. Add to that, we are having dignitaries like our JVR Media owners and the Director of Art and Culture Department in Puducherry, Mr. Kaliyaperimal. So they are all here to feed you with their inspirational talk and share their love and affection for our program, the Dictum of Dictation. Now, why should I have thought of this program, Dictum of Dictation? Well, to be honest with you, I was in France for about 12 years before I came to India in 2000. And there I was very impressed by the fact that one person, a dictator, could arrest the whole nation of France through his TV program, La Dictée, which means the dictation. Believe me, French people are very literary lovers, and the whole nation used to sit for this special Sunday in the morning after their mass, church mass and everything. They used to sit for this program and attend it, all of them in fact. So I was really impressed. Other than the real participants, the students from colleges, faculties, and all those who participated directly in the studio. Of course, those who participated in the studio were the real contestants, but the French have a very nice way of competing, especially when it comes to dictation. And they participate from their homes. All of them would wait for the correction, which would be given in the evening, and then the prize winners would be announced. So this inspired me that I should do something like this in English. I have no idea if Britain or England has some kind of program of this sort, but I wanted to do this in Pondicherry, especially for the school children at least, knowing that we have a diverse variety of languages in India and umpteen dialects which is spoken in India. It wouldn't have been possible that all of them be arrested by this English dictation. So my objective was to make it for the students. Now, I spoke about this to my staff, I spoke about this to some journalist friends, but nobody seemed to understand the fervor with which it could influence the English language learning of students in our schools. Initially, I thought of making it a very personal ad program for our school. But once I launched it, I realized that I would be very selfish if I was doing it only for my school students. And I wanted to propagate it and share the knowledge with every other school which was willing to participate in this program. Viewers, I am now a proud, I'm so proud that I have been able to propagate it to at least 25 episodes of this Dictum of Dictation. And on the 10th, I'm going to have the privilege of dictating to the 100 selectees from the 25 episodes who would be participating for their first, second, third, fourth and fifth places, and of course the 3 places for handwriting. I'm glad that the schools which have supported me in this, especially the heads of institutions, who all of them were very much impressed and related with me in the thought that English language ought to be learned in a very proper and distinguished manner through good vocabulary, and for the usage of vocabulary we need good pronunciation and spellings, and that is the objective of Dictum of Dictation. So you've been watching me not only on TV, JVR Media Live, but also through the YouTube channel of JVR Media. We have been consecrated a separate series just for our Dictum of Dictation. Thanks to Mr. A. John Kumar, who is also our local MLA, and his son JVR, John Vivillian Richards, who is the title bearer of the media. He and his father have been very helpful to us in propagating this knowledge of English to the students. Believe me, this program has provided a different perspective to the JVR Media Live. I have no idea what it seemed earlier, but now it is a highly educative program which has reached the audience through JVR Media Live. At this juncture, I ought to give you details about La Dictée. La Dictée in France was, I don't know if he's still doing it, was initiated and propagated by Professor Bernard Pivot, who used to dictate it on TV, and his pronunciation of French was considered the official pronunciation of French. And I don't want to be as ambitious as that, but I really want that English become a very beautiful language spoken by our students. Now, this Dictum of Dictation, which I was so fervent in launching, the first shoot of this program was held on a Friday, the 7th of July 2023. And the first telecast of our program was on Saturday from 4 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. on JVR Media on the 8th of July 2023, continued and terminated for the first episode on Sunday, the 9th of July 2023. Proudly, I can also add the 9th of July being my birthday. I was very happy that it was being telecast on that day too. But my happiness was muted by an accident, a domestic accident I went through on my birthday, and I was myself doubtful if I would be able to continue on the next week. But believe me, whatever be the adversity, I got over it, and with a slight bandage on my head, I still came over and we continued the shoot and the program for the next week itself. So, and incidentally, the last shoot of the Dictum of Dictation for the 25th episode was also shot on a Friday, the 8th of December 2023, but the telecast of it was done on 23rd and the 24th of December 2023. So there we closed our 25 schools participating in the Dictum of Dictation. Now, why did I go forward with this Dictum of Dictation? A good question, isn't it? I told you my initial plan was to hold it as an advertisement for our school. But God is there, and He kept saying me, no, this shouldn't be curtailed by just one school. Your ambition, your fervor should reach other schools, and that became a universal cause. Although it hasn't gone on a huge scale, yet some schools of Pondicherry were able to get the exposure through dictum of dictation. And so that overruled the initial plan. And how did this materialize? We had a lot of setbacks. The first and foremost was my trepidation to go ahead, asking for channels to take up my program. Although I am a little old to go on TV, I knew I could go ahead with this because people were not looking at the face or the age of the person presenting it, but at the matter that was being propagated and broadcast. So there, one fine day, I just had the grace of God through the presence of Mr. AJK, to whom I spoke about my project. And he, though he was at New Delhi at that time, very willingly accepted to go ahead with this project and asked me to come and meet him the following week when he would be in Pondy. So, the initial shoot was with my school, St.MARY'S Sacred Heart Higher Secondary School, and my students did a wonderful job of participating in it, although all of us were novices for the program. And initially, I knew I was going to face a lot of adversities because schools weren't going to come forward on their own to participate in this program. So I first contacted my good friend, Reverend Father Anand Raj, who is the present principal of Blessed Mother Teresa Higher Secondary School at Marapalam in Puducherry. So he had his confidence in my knowledge of English, and he knew, although he didn't understand the prospects of the project, he said, "Mary, I trust in you. I know you want to do something good, and I'll let my children participate in it." So he was the first person who lent his helping hand, sending his children, although we didn't know how it would be going. Explaining this project was not so easy. Not everybody could understand it. Everybody thought, what is dictation? Dictation is over in second standard. No, that is where we schools make a huge mistake. Dictation is a process which they go through all the lower classes, and even sometimes in colleges I have students who have difficulty in spelling words or pronouncing it or understanding the right usage of it. The contextual vocabulary is lacking. So that is where Father had his confidence in me, and I was able to go ahead with it. Following that, some friends who were heads of institutions in school just took the process into going, and gradually we were able to complete 25 weekends. Very, very interesting, but I should say we had many disappointing hours. My staff were my support. They stood with me, not only in going to schools with me to explain what we were doing and to capture them, come and participate in this program. Despite many disdainful looks we were given at the beginning, which gradually changed as the program continued, and people started looking at us with apprehension. What if my school doesn't fare well in this program? That wasn't our objective. We were not going to show off anybody's power or capacity through this program. It was mainly meant for students to learn the words, to understand and execute. So gradually we did go ahead with our program, which completed its 25 weeks. I want to really inform you viewers that nothing is easy in life. Although I myself, as a principal of a school, I was treated with disdain by some. But that didn't deter me from getting away, with this. I continued. We persisted. My staff stood with me. I should thank them. I should thank their families too, because nobody let their hands down at any point regarding this. Even now, they are the powerful torch bearers of this program who are standing with me to go ahead with the mega dictation. And if chance permits me, and if there are schools interested in coming forward and want me to conduct this program, I would be grateful and happy to continue it, provided our channel holder is also willing to share his enthusiasm with us. Now, I should thank schools like, Petit Seminar, Cluny, Vasavi, Brainy Blooms, SRM Vidya Mandir, White Angels, NTS, Blessed Mother Teresa, Anbalaya. See, there was even St. Anne's from Kadalur who wanted to come and participate, and they came all the way here to participate in it. We also had the Jai Maruti Academy, which participated with its coaching students. Just now, I should say, I was treated with happiness when I was announced that the YouTube link that was shared with every school here has led many of our viewers, even in the US, France, and I don't know which other country, was able to see it. And I do have friends in Singapore, but none of them told me yet, but they must have watched it for my sake. So I can be happy to inform you that our program has reached far and wide, not just Pondicherry or just Kadalur, but all over India and even some parts of the world in US and in France, of course. So I'm sure France should be proud to hear that La Dictée was the inspiration of our program. And I'm so happy and I'm thankful to all these schools that came to me to benefit from us for this program. And trust me, we have not been making any money or any profit out of this. The profit I expect is purely the advantage that these students might have over the others in their spoken English or written English. Before I wind up, I should thank our dear cameraman, Krishna, a youthful person. I'm sure he must have gotten bored, but no, he also, learned along with us. He enjoyed it. The riddles especially, he used to say, were enchanting. And so he also used to, try to find the answers for those. So he has been a real darling to us. He has never showed a sneer in his face to shoot this program. And I also thank Shyam at JVR Media, who has been working along and editing our programs with our cameraman, and he's been acting behind screens like Krishna. So I thank both of them for being a real support for us and making it a wonderful program for all of us. You must have watched the slow progress in our programs right from the first. Initially, we were very rudimentary, and Krishna and the JVR Media people gradually found ways of bettering it. And when we were completing, we were full-fledged, like TV program. And, I'm so glad I have been with you all through this session, and you've been with me through this session. And it was nice to have a one-to-one conversation every end of the programs. And again, at the end of our 25th program today, I'm closing down here with all the best wishes for a very prosperous and wonderful new year to all of you. Thank you so much for being with us, and please continue to give me your comments or write to me to my school address. And before I wind up, I'd like to add just one small note. I've been talking to you in one of my episodes, at the end of one of the episodes, that our children had participated in science exhibitions, and they are wonderful. Now this is one of my students who's present in Pune. She's gone to college now, but she went to the international level of Inspire Awards to Japan. So these are proud moments for me. So I really thank you, and I hope I don't go for this usual commercial advertisement for my schools, but trust me, we are providing the best possible educational experience to your children when they come to us. I thank you all for having confidence in us and having followed us for all these weeks. Dear viewers, I would like to share something with you. Now, this is for your perception of the 25 episodes we had gone through, the names of the schools, the date of the telecast, and this is the entire program. I hope you'll have a good perception of this. And உங்கள்கிட்ட தமிழில் பேசணும் அப்படின்னு ஒரு ரிக்வெஸ்ட் வந்திருக்கு. ஸோ அதையும் நான் நிறைவேற்றிடுறேன். எனக்கு தமிழ் தெரியும், தாய்மொழி தமிழ் தான். ஆனால் இப்போ இங்கிலீஷில் பேசின அளவுக்கு கோர்வை எனக்கு வராது. இருந்தாலும் இதோ இங்கே இருக்கிறது தான். இதுவும் ஒரு NCERT நேஷ்னல் சயின்ஸ் எக்ஸிபிஷனில் வாங்கின அவார்டு. ஸோ எங்களோட பிள்ளைகளுக்கு நாங்கள் நல்ல ஒரு படிப்பை கொடுக்குறோம். வெரி ஹாலிஸ்டிக், உண்மையிலேயே முழுமையான கல்வி. நான் வெறும் மார்க்ஸ் வாங்குங்கன்னு என்றைக்குமே சொன்னது கிடையாது. அதனால் மார்க்ஸும் வாங்குங்க, படிப்பை உங்களுடைய விருப்பப்படி படிங்க. நான் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா பேர்டன் பண்ணுறதில்ல, என்னோடய பிள்ளைகளை ரொம்ப குறைவாக தான் பண்ணுறேன். அதனால் மார்க்ஸ் வரலன்ற ஒரு கம்ப்ளைண்ட் இருக்குது. இருந்தாலும் மார்க்ஸ் ஆர் நாட் தி objective ஆஃப் லேர்னிங். மார்க்ஸ் நம்மளுடைய அளவுகோல் தானே ஒழிய மற்றபடி எதுவும் இல்லை. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் உங்களுடைய வியூக்காக நான் வச்சுருக்கிறது. நாங்கள் வேலை செய்கிற விதத்தை நீங்கள் புரிஞ்சுக்கணும் அப்படின்ற ஒரே காரணத்துக்காக தான். உங்கள் எல்லாரையும் நான் மறுபடியும் சந்திக்கணுன்ற வாய்ப்பை நீங்கள் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா நான் மறுபடியும் உங்கள் எல்லாரையும் சந்திக்க வருவேன். Until then, bye and signing off. This is Mary, the principal of St. Mary's Sacred Heart Higher Secondary School at Brindavan, Puducherry. Thank you.